Picture yourself standing amidst a primordial forest. Towering trees draped in moss create a cathedral-like atmosphere, the air thick with humidity. You're surrounded by dinosaurs, but not the ones you might expect. These aren't the colossal giants of later ages. No, these are smaller, more agile creatures that foreshadow the titans yet to come. Welcome to the first part of our journey through time to the age of dinosaurs. Our story begins millions of years before dinosaurs dominated the planet. Life on Earth had already braved the harshest of conditions and evolved through countless transformations. In the depths of the Triassic period, roughly 252 to 201 million years ago, vast oceans teemed with bizarre creatures. Trilobites, those ancient arthropods with their segmented bodies, swam alongside the first recognizable fish. And lurking in the shadows were terrifying predators like the megalodon, the largest known sea scorpion. Life on land wasn't as hospitable. The first forests were just beginning to emerge, dominated by giant club mosses and ferns. Strange creatures like arthropods, amphibians, and synapsids, the ancestors of mammals, cautiously explored this alien terrain. Then came the Great Dying, the largest mass extinction in Earth's history. It wiped out an estimated 90% of marine species and 70% of terrestrial vertebrates. Life as they knew it vanished, leaving behind a stark, dry world. Yet within this desolate landscape, the seeds of change were sown. From this devastation, new survivors emerged, smaller, more resilient creatures that adapted to the harsh realities of a changing planet. Among them were the first dinosaurs. They weren't grand in size or stature, but in their agility and hardiness lay the promise of what was to come. Creatures like Eoraptor and Herrerasaurus took their first tentative steps onto a world sculpted by catastrophe. It was a world that would soon bow before their might. As the Triassic drew to a close, the stage was set for the dinosaurs' rise to prominence. Their reign would mark a new chapter in Earth's history. But before we dive into their golden age, let's take a moment to appreciate the world they inherited. After the Great Dying, Earth was a very different place. The continents were clustered together in a supercontinent called Pangaea, surrounded by a vast ocean known as Panthalassa. Volcanoes rumbled across the landscape, spewing ash and shaping the environment. The climate was generally dry, leading to the formation of deserts and the evolution of creatures that could thrive in arid conditions. This period also witnessed the emergence of the first mammals, small proto-wombats that scurried among the shadows. And then there were the archosaurs, a diverse group that gave rise to two famous branches, the crocodilians and the dinosaurs. Crocodilians, the ancestors of today's crocodiles and alligators, were fearsome hunters. One of the most famous, Postosuchus, was a true monster, growing up to 30 feet long. Meanwhile, the dinosaurs, initially small and unassuming, were on the brink of an astonishing transformation. Scene 2. The Jurassic, dinosaurs take over. As Pangaea began to fracture around 201 million years ago, a new era dawned, the Jurassic period, which lasted until 145 million years ago. This was a time of dramatic change. As the continents drifted apart, new oceans formed and old ones deepened, influencing weather patterns and species distribution. With the breakup of Pangaea, a warm tropical current flowed from the south, bringing higher temperatures and abundant rainfall to large parts of the planet. Forests flourished, swamps spread, and Earth's landscapes became greener than ever before. In this lush environment, the dinosaurs truly came into their own. They diversified rapidly, giving rise to some of the most iconic species in history. Herbivores like Diplodocus and Apatosaurus, with their long necks and whip-like tails, dwarfed the previous generation. Brachiosaurus, a truly gargantuan creature, stood as one of the tallest animals to have ever lived, reaching heights of 40 feet. The armor-plated Stegosaurus sauntered through the undergrowth, its tail adorned with deadly spikes. Even the mighty Ankylosaurus made its appearance, a walking fortress covered in protective armor. Yet this idyllic world was not without its dangers. Fearsome predators roamed the land, preying on the dinosaurs and other creatures. Allosaurus, a ferocious hunter with a bone-crushing bite, stalked its prey with deadly intent. Another carnivore, Ceratosaurus, sported a distinctive horn on its nose, perhaps used for display or as a weapon. But even these predators were overshadowed by the early relatives of the T-Rex, cunning and powerful beasts that hinted at the reign of terror that awaited. As the Jurassic progressed, Earth became a vibrant tapestry of life. Flying reptiles soared through the skies while marine creatures like ichthyosaurs and plesiosaurs ruled the oceans. The stage was set for the final act in the rise of the dinosaurs. Scene 3. The Cretaceous, the final chapter. By the beginning of the Cretaceous period, roughly 145 million years ago, Earth was a very different place. The continents had shifted dramatically, with the Atlantic Ocean widening and the Pacific Ocean becoming more extensive. The climate was generally warmer than today, with higher levels of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. This led to the expansion of tropical forests and the proliferation of flowering plants, which played a crucial role in shaping the world and influencing the evolution of life. Dinosaurs had reached their peak. By this time, they were incredibly diverse, occupying various ecological niches across the globe. Along the coast, creatures like the duck-billed hadrosaur grazed on the lush vegetation, while the horned triceratops with its three-horned face browsed on the rich foliage. In the skies, the avian dinosaurs soared. Microraptor, a small feathered dinosaur, glided between trees, showcasing the evolutionary link between dinosaurs and birds. But the story doesn't end here. The Cretaceous was also marked by the emergence of enigmatic creatures like Ankylosaurus, mammal-like reptiles that laid eggs. These fascinating animals bridged the gap between dinosaurs and mammals, offering a glimpse into a pivotal moment in evolutionary history. This period witnessed the rise of some of the most formidable predators, too. Among them, the ferocious Tyrannosaurus rex, a true apex predator, roamed the land, crushing bones and leaving a legacy of awe and terror in its wake. Velociraptor, another fierce hunter, was renowned for its intelligence and speed, forever immortalized in the iconic film Jurassic Park. However, the Cretaceous wasn't solely about grandeur and might. It was also a time of great beauty. The flowering plants continued to diversify, adding bursts of color to the landscape. The oceans teemed with bizarre creatures like the mosasaur, a whale-like reptile that hunted with deadly efficiency. Birds, descended from theropod dinosaurs, added their sweet songs to the chorus of life. But this harmonious existence didn't last. The stage was set for a cataclysmic finale. Scene 4. The End. Mass Extinction. Around 66 million years ago, a celestial body hurtled towards Earth, forever altering the planet's trajectory. The asteroid, estimated to be about 6 miles wide, crashed into the Yucatan Peninsula in what is now Mexico. The impact triggered a series of catastrophic events, including massive earthquakes, wildfires, tsunamis, and a global winter that lasted for years. This event, known as the Chicxulub impact, marks the end of the Cretaceous period and the end of the dinosaurs' reign. But it's important to remember that the non-avian dinosaurs went extinct around 66 million years ago, not 252 million years ago, at the end of the Permian. So the correct answer to the question posed in this video's title is that the non-avian dinosaurs went extinct 66 million years ago when a massive asteroid slammed into the Earth. This event not only marked the end of an era, but also cleared the way for mammals to flourish. As the world slowly began to recover, these small, furry creatures emerged from the shadows to claim their moment in the spotlight. Today, we stand in awe of the dinosaurs, marveling at their colossal forms and contemplating their reign over Earth. But their story doesn't end with extinction. It lives on in the birds that grace our skies, the closest living relatives of these magnificent creatures. And through the fossil record, their story continues to unfold, offering us a glimpse into a bygone era. So the next time you hear the question, when did the dinosaurs die out? Remember, it's not a simple tale of extinction, but a saga of resilience, adaptation, and ultimately, survival. Thank you for joining us on this journey through time. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe so you don't miss any of our upcoming adventures. Until next time, keep exploring the incredible world that surrounds us.